Hi, I'm Dawn Epstein with Alzheimer's Care Resource Center. I'm here today with Michael Brevdo. He's a partner with Senior Justice Law Firm. One of the common concerns that a lot of our clients come to us with is the development of bed sores for their loved ones when they're residing in a nursing home or any sort of skilled facility. What exactly is a bed sore, and what do the clients really need to look for and be concerned about?
Sure. So a bed sore is also known as a decubitus ulcer or a pressure ulcer. And as the name implies, a bed sore or a pressure sore, it forms due to unrelieved pressure on a certain piece of the anatomy. And most commonly, we see it on a patient's backside, on their buttocks area or their sacrum. The reason that we as nursing home abuse lawyers and patient neglect lawyers see so many cases involving bed sores is because it's generally a preventable injury, in that if you have a patient that is what we would call mobility compromised, meaning they can't reposition themselves in bed, it is the duty of the nursing home or the hospital or the assisted living facility, wherever it is that they reside, it's their duty to go and reposition the patient, offload the pressure on the affected area every 2 hours.
Right.
If they don't offload the pressure every 2 hours, we get skin breakdown in the form of bed sores, which are these deep cavernous wounds. And as you know, from dealing with a geriatric patient population, bed sores can be lethal. These are horrible injuries, and because of their preventability, typically bed sore cases are the most frequent cases we receive as nursing home abuse lawyers.
Now, I've also noticed a big red flag in a lot of these nursing homes. There are other, warning signs to look for that can lead up to decubitus ulcers, such as any type of malnutrition, things that can lead to skin breakdown. So I know family members can also look for other indicators. Obviously, understaffing is a huge issue in a lot of these nursing homes.
Biggest issue, yes.
Now, there are different stages of the decubitus ulcers as well. How does that work, and can you describe so that the clients know what they're looking at? Sure.
So a lot of times, because these injuries are, again, largely preventable,
right,
when the staff or the director of nursing or the administrator is informing the patient's family, they may try to minimize the injury. They may not say, holy cow, she has a dinner plate sized bed sore on her backside. Instead, they may use more medical terms like decubitus ulcer, and they may say, oh, she has a stage 4 decubitus ulcer, but we're on it. These wounds are staged by severity. So you have stage 1 being a reddened, almost like a rash with intact skin. You have a stage 2 ulcer, which is defined as a partial skin tear. So it looks more or less like a blister. But again, it's not deep, it's not cavernous. It doesn't extend into the muscle or tissue. You have a stage 3, which is a full thickness loss, meaning that this is now a somewhat deep wound, usually of about 1 to 2 centimeters, and it may impact some of the skin tissue, but it's not so deep that it goes into the muscle or into the deeper tissues. And unfortunately, the most severe wound, and unfortunately the most frequent wound that we deal with as nursing home abuse lawyers, is a stage 4 pressure ulcer. Now, when we have a stage 4 pressure ulcer, this is the most severe, the most deep, the most cavernous pressure ulcer that one could have. And I mean, Don, we've seen cases where we've had patients that have had bed sores that are so deep that you could actually see the spinal column through the bed sore.
Wow.
It's horrendous, and there's really no excuse for that. So that is kind of the stages of the wound and what to look for.
Okay. Now, whenever you do start seeing signs of this, is that the time when they should contact an attorney? Is it always, or typically, an issue from neglect?
Yeah, more often than
preventable.
Yes, more often than not. If we have a bed sore, it's due to patient neglect. It means the staff wasn't moving that patient in and out of bed or their wheelchair. But I would recommend if it is a stage 1, if you catch it early, or a stage 2, the horse is not out of the barn at that point. That could still be salvaged. There could be some healing done to the outside epidermis. So it's very important that if you spot a pressure ulcer on your loved one, whether they're in a nursing home or a hospital, make sure to inform an outside healthcare provider, like a geriatric care manager, like a primary care physician, somebody that's not affiliated with the facility, that won't try to apologize for it, that'll actually try to remedy the situation.
Right. Yes, we've done that, advocating for clients when the families contact us, because obviously they've maybe addressed it with the nursing home and really weren't getting the feedback, or they thought the attention that they would like. So we've stepped in as advocates, and yes, it does help to have an outside party, and one that can obviously identify really and truly when it's time to contact you and get an attorney involved.